Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from San Anita Park here on Saturday. It is February the 6th, 2016. Gonna look at the stakes races before I get on to that. Remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for full card selections from San Anita. Gonna look at the stakes races 4, 5, 7, and 8. Races 4, 5, the featured 7th race, which is the San Antonio Invitational, and the 8th race. So let's get on to it. Today's 4th race, 78th running of the Robert B. Lewis Stakes. Grade 3 purse, $150,000 for 3-year-olds. We have 7 horses traveling 1 mile and a 16th, and this is the road to the Kentucky Derby, round 2 in California. A few weeks ago they had the Sham, now they have the Robert Lewis. After this is the San Felipe, I believe. I think that's the race. Yeah, that might be the race. The San Felipe. And then we have the Santa Anita Derby coming up in just around the corner, basically. But traveling a mile and 16th. And I have a Derby. Well, I'm not going to share my Derby top 5. I will. I'll share it. But in my top 5 Derby horses to look out for, it's Mohiman, Nyquist is on it, and two other horses. Sunny Ridge doesn't look half bad either after that win in the Withers. But 2 horses that are in my list also are in this race. Those horses are More Spirit, and also the one horse in this race, Let's Meet in Rio. Both those horses are just incredible horses. I believe those horses are on the top of my list if I had to give you an order. But I really like Let's Meet in Rio in this race for the Derby, because he's a really good closer, and with the added distance, he should really do well. His last race with Lasix for the first time was really good. But in this race, my selection, I'm going to go 5-1 here. Going to use both these horses in the early pick 4 and the pick 5. But number 5, More Spirit, 8-5, Gary Stevens for Bob Baffert. Last time out, they were in Los Al mile 16th in the Los Al Futurity. Won by 1/4 lengths that day. Was far back early. Was 6th early, and was 3 to 4 wide, and just drifting in the stretch. But he did get the win that day. Cats were just fighting, so. Yeah. It was a very good victory for him that day. Then ran in Kentucky and Churchill in the Kentucky Jockey Club. Finished second by 1/3 lengths. Was stalking the pace that day, and he was just, I don't know, he just gave in that day. I don't know if he didn't like to travel. I don't know if he liked the course. It was a sloppy course, you have to remember also. And then broke his maiden at San Anita 1 mile on October the 23rd. Won by 4.5 lengths. It was just ridden out really good that day. Gary Stevens knows this horse. I think this horse is a real good horse for the Derby. Like I said, he's on my Derby top 5 list. I'm also going to complete my exacta here with the one horse, Let's Meet in Rio. It might even be an exacta box here. That's how interested I am with this horse. But Let's Meet in Rio, 6-1, Kent DeSormo for Bob Baffert. Last time out there on San Anita on January the 9th in the Sham Stakes for that day. Finished second by 1/4 lengths. Was really rallying that day. It was a little interference at the 3/16 pole, but I have to say it was a very nice win. Second place finish. Then at Los Al, broke his main 1 mile on December the 5th at Los Al, main special weight. He broke his main by 1.5 lengths. Again, was closing and was rallying with that really long stretch, longer than Churchill Downs. Hopefully everything stays right with this horse. He gets enough points to get into the Derby. So he could really run. I'm saying it right now. I said it when in the Sham Stakes, had him to finish second, but I have a really strong feeling about this horse. Let's Meet in Rio. 6-1. Gonna put this horse into my pick 5s and pick 4s also with More Spirit. So recap my bets for the Robert B. Lewis Stakes from San Anita. Race number 4. Gonna go 5-1. Might box that for the exacta. Gonna use both horses in a pick 5 also. So now let's get on to race number 5, the final leg of the early pick 5, and the 34th running of the Las Verges Stakes. My Spanish is horrible. I failed it 3 times in high school. Grade 2 purse, $300,000 for fillies, 3-year-olds. Field of 7 horses traveling 1 mile. Very nice race, like I said many times. 1 mile. And I'm just gonna. There's one clear single horse here, and that's number 6, Songbird. I'm gonna key that horse here on top. 1-5, Mike Smith. I'm going to do a trifecta here. Going to key into 6, box 2, 3 underneath for $1. It's going to cost you $2 because they don't have 50 cents tries. Personally, I'd rather play a 50-cent one. But she looks hard to beat. I'm going to single this horse also in the pick 5. But last time out, they were keying in on mile 16th on October 31st in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. Won by 5 1/4 lengths. And just an easy victory that day. It was just ridden out really well. Um, Out of this daughter, or well, the father is Medaglia d'Oro. Purchased this horse for $400,000 in August 2014. Then say Anita mile 16th on December 26th in the Chandelier Stakes, won by 4.5 lengths again. A very nice run. He was just ridden out again. So this horse's last two races have been very good. All of the horses' races have been good. 4 for 4. Got a 99 buyer speed figure in the juvenile fillies last time out. It's been working out here at Santa Anita pretty good. 7 for 1 workout, 126 and 3, the best workout of 3, and a 6 for 1 workout, 111 and 4, the best workout of 3 again. So it's just looking over this field. The only way this horse loses, I think, is if this horse isn't on the A game. Maybe an upsetter could be maybe the 2 if she gets a better trip. 2 or the 3. Those are the only 2 horses I could see that could really beat this one. Those are the other 2 horses that have a little bit more class. So to recap my bets for race number 5 from Sanya, gonna go with the 6 horse Key That Horse Songbird on top. Looks very hard to beat. Underneath, gonna box to 2, 3 for $1 minimum base wager for the trifecta. It's gonna cost you $2. Gonna key Songbird in as a single in my pick 5 also, which you can find on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. So now let's get on to race number 7. We're gonna skip over the 6th race to race number 7 now, which is featured on the program. It's the 78th running of the San Antonio Invitational, Grade 2 purse, $500,000. It's 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 8 horses traveling a mile and 1/8, and this is the prep for the big cap, the Santa Anita handicap coming up in March, probably around the 5th or something. Don't know the date of the Santa Anita handicap, but we have 8 horses going to post here. I'm going to do a superfecta here for 10 cents minimum base wager. It's going to cost you 60 cents. I'm going to key in on the 7-horse Imperative as my top selection here. Underneath, going to box to 258 for 10 cents. It's going to cost you 60 cents, but it's a race. It's very interesting. We do have opportunity in this race. I think he could get beaten here today. We also have Donworth, a horse who ran some really good races on the East Coast, now here running in the West Coast. And we have Cat Burglar also, who I don't personally think should be 4-1 in the morning line. I would have him like 10-1, but whatever you want. But number 7 Imperative, my top selection, 5-2. Last time out, to run it with Mike Smith in the saddle, but last time I ran the San Pasquale at Santa Anita, mile 16th on January 9th. Finished second by 1/4 lengths behind California Chrome. He just was second best that day. Then the Native Dancer at Del Mar, mile 8th on November 28th. Finished second by 4.5 lengths behind Dortmund as the horse's first start in about 2 months. He was splitting his foes that day. It was really closing up, but it wasn't catching Dortmund at all, who was kept on going. Last win for this horse came quite a while back. I believe it was the Charlestown Classic in 2014. This horse, he's been running he's been facing Grade 1 caliber horses here on the West Coast in his last few starts. Last 2 starts, Native Dance San Pasquale ran well. Finished 4th in the Awesome again, 5th in Pacific Classic, 2nd in Charlestown Classic. He finished 8th in the Santa Anita Handicap, 6th in this race last year at 57-1, 15th in the Champions Cup, or also known as the Japan Dirt Cup, and also 9th in the Breeders' Cup Classic of 2014 over this surface here at Santa Anita. But just looking over this race, I think this horse is a more mature horse, has a very good workout, 3-4 workout February 2nd here at Santa Anita, and 35-4. He should really do well this gelding, a 6-year-old gelding out of Bernardini. He should handle the distance really well. Just very interested. Gets Mike Smith on for the I believe the first time, might be wrong with that one, but I think he should really do well here. So to recap my bets for race number 7 from San Anita, it is the San Antonio Invitational. Going to key in on the 7-horse Imperative as my top selection. Underneath, going to box 258 for 10 cents minimum base wager. It's going to cost you 60 cents. So now let's get on to race number 8 from San Anita. So it's one of my favorite turf races, I have to say. It is the 64th running of the San Marcos Stakes, grade 2 purse, $200,000 for 4-year-olds and upwards. We do have a field of 11 horses traveling a mile and 16th. Mile and a quarter, actually. What the hell am I saying? Mile and a quarter. It's quarter to 1 here on the East Coast after a very long day, so give me a break. A mile and a quarter. We do have a field of 11 horses, and I'm going to do 10 cent super here again for minimum base 10 cents wagers. It can cost you 60 cents to play this one, but I'm going to key in on the one horse who is Gaga A. Underneath, going to box to 6, 9, 10 for 10 cents. Can cost you 60 cents. But number 1, Gaga A, your Uruguayan bred horse. Mario Gutierrez, Neil Drysdale trains this one. I know he's the bottom of 10 to 1, but last time out there on San Anita, mile and a half in the Astra Stakes for 80,000. Finished 5th by 3.5 lengths that day. Was leading basically all through. And just got, he was, how do I explain his run? It was pretty weird. It looked like he was dropped farther back, but he stayed up there. It looks like he re-ran again. It was a decent race. Cutting back to mile quarter should really help this one. Last time before that, plus that was the horse's first start since July the 11th. That was over at Arlington Park in Chicago, mile 3/16th in the Modesty handicap. Finished third by 2 1/4 lengths. It was just 4 wide, and it was just a bit outkicked that day. It was far back early also. Then San Anita, mile and a half, June 7th in the Possibly Perfect Stakes. Won by 1 1/4 lengths. The horse's first start here in North America. Before this horse was running in France actually, and that was the horse's first start 2015 also. Went by 1 1/4 lengths, was leading, got the lead mid stretch and just really went away clear. Over this turf course, 2-1, since this horse has only run 3 times, twice, 2 of the starts that have come here in California. Should really do well. I don't know, maybe the last time this horse didn't like the give in the ground. You're really getting a good price, like I say many times. Before his starts 2015, his last start of 2014 was actually racing Toulouse, mile 5/16 in the Prix Philly de Air Stakes, a Group 3, won by half length. It was just a very ready run that day, a very nice run. So if you go back to watch the replay, it was a very good race. So to recap my bets for the San Marcos, race number 8 from San Anita. Get a key in on the one horse, underneath, going to box 6, 9, 10 for 10 cents, going to cost you 60 cents. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.